Alright, Shalom Israel. All praise Yahweh Bashem, Mashiach Yahweh Shai. This is another shots fired. All these different camps out here pushing this Hispanic, trying to force heathens to be in Israel, man. This is going to be to Arsareth or through Arsareth 2. Alright, now I just want y'all listen to this video. Now listen to them. Listen to how they explain it.
Carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea the king.
These are the 10 tribes that were carried away captive out of their own land during the time of Hosea the king. Go ahead.
Whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
The New World. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
They went into a country where no mankind dwelt before that time. So that's a bold-faced lie that people were here in the Americas or in the earth millions and millions of years ago.
Well, GOCC, explain the Olmecs then. So the Olmecs were Aztecs and Incas, huh? Hold on now. This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 6. Start at verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 4. Hear the word of the Lord, O house of Jacob, and all the families of the house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain? Neither said they, where is the Lord that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, that led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and of pits, through a land of drought and of the shadow of death, through a land that no man passed through, and where no man dwelt. Now explain that. Explain that. Where no man dwelt. Alright. So man, y'all gotta get up out of here, man. Y'all ain't really reading these scriptures, man. Y'all ain't really paying attention to these scriptures. We've been taught all this time is just to skip scriptures. Alright, now let's continue on. Watch this.
Okay, that's straight philosophy that's coming from the Gentiles or heathens.
Explain the Eskimos. Can we get a lesson on who the Eskimos are, how the Eskimos got over here? Can we get that one?
To distort the truth of the lost tribes. They went through all these different steps, be it schools and religious institutions, to hide who the lost sheep are.
All I see is Esau spending a whole bunch of money to hide who these black folks really are scattered throughout the world. That's what I see.
The lost sheep is today, to hide who the true people are. Read on.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
And they came to keep their statutes.
Oh, so wait a minute. First of all, you try to use Deuteronomy 28:68 to say that, see, they came over here on boats and ships, right? But then now when they came over here on the boats and ordered ships, according to Deuteronomy 68, they came over here to keep the law, statutes, commandments. They didn't come over here in slavery. Come on, man. Man, shots fired, man.
Which they didn't keep in their own land. In 2 Kings the 17th chapter. Read on.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Now it's showing you how they got to the Americas. They went through the Euphrates, around Africa, over the ocean. Go ahead.
Hey, man, he said he left the scriptures. Go back. Hold on.
Through the Euphrates, around Africa, over the ocean. Now it's showing you how they got to the Americas. They went through the Euphrates.
Now he said now it's showing you how they got to the Americas. He's saying now the scriptures is showing you how they got to the Americas. All they say is they entered the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. That's it. That's all they said. Hold on. What does it say?
Euphrates, around Africa, over the ocean.
Let me go back. Hold on.
The narrow passages of the river.
Now it's showing you how they got to the Americas. They went through the Euphrates, around Africa, over the ocean.
Well, can we get the around Africa out of that scripture? Can you please show us the around Africa part, please? Somebody. Zabak, Taha, Ariyab, Comfy. Somebody, please show us how they got around Africa in the scripture. Show us in the scripture how they got around Africa.
Go ahead.
For the
Go
most
back one more time. Now look how they lead the Bible. This is called adding to the Bible.
into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Now it's showing you how they got to the Americas. They went through the Euphrates, around Africa, over the ocean. Go ahead.
Shots fired.
Okay.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For
So
through
they take passing over the Euphrates as passing over the Indian Ocean, under Africa, passing over the Atlantic Ocean. Man, come on, man.
that country there was a great way to go.
Oh, did we hit through that country? Uh-oh, there it go. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back.
Read on.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Now it's showing you how they got to the Americas. They went through the Euphrates, around Africa, over the ocean. Go
Man,
ahead.
just took off and left the Bible, man. You see that?
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go,
You hear them? For through that country there was a great way to go. Now watch this. Now watch what he say.
namely of a year and a half.
It took a year and a half. The Lord stilled the waters. He made sure their ships wouldn't wreck.
Oh my God, man. Shots fired.
And it took the Indian tribes, or the tribes that the Europeans called Indian, to get over to this new land we're standing in here today. We're sitting in here today.
You see how they add that too? This is how long it took them to get to this land. Let's let them brother read the scripture again. Let's go back.
Go ahead.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there
See that? Play it again.
and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
So why can't nobody never answer the question of what country did they go through? You know what I'm saying?
A year and a half, the Lord stilled the waters. He made sure their ships wouldn't wreck. And it took the Indian tribes, or the tribes that the Europeans called Indian, to get over to this new land we're standing in here today. We're sitting in here today. The same land we're sitting on today in America, he gave it to those Indian tribes. It took them 1 year and a half to get here to the Americas.
Shots fired. Shalom.